Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Al-Rakak Qudash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel. Excuse me. And shalom to the whole four elect. It's Payala, and I got an article here from New York Post or nypost.com. The title reads, Unvaccinated Marines claim COVID mandate purge. Alright. As all religious exemption bids are denied. Alright. Let me look up this word purge really quickly. Purge. Right. It says the experience has purged them of the desire of doubt, cleanse, clear, purify, wash, shrive, absolve. The pie was purged of so blah, blah, blah. Human rights violators would be purged from the army. It's quite funny they use that example. But as it's saying in just purge, alright, actually is actually doing that, alright, because we're in the midst of something known as the new normal, the Great Reset, alright, as denoted by Klaus Schwab, alright, from the onset of this pandemic in 2020, alright, when it put the world in a chokehold. There was a purge that become on the old way of life, alright, in order for the new normal to present itself on the world stage, alright. So anyone that doesn't advocate, fall in line with this new normal is going to be purged, expunged, removed, alright, from whatever deemed office they have, right, wherever it may be, your local job at a supermarket, working in the healthcare, or within the military, alright. And this is what's happening here, alright. Unvaccinated Marines claim COVID mandate purge as all religious exemption bids are denied, alright. So denied all of them, alright. And that's because there's one religion now, alright, under the new normal, that of worshiping the beast, alright. And this is all underneath the image of the beast, but this is moving towards what? The rolling out of the mark of the you-know-what, alright? Which is basically the cherry, the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. And really, it makes it, with the charagma being in the picture, it makes the picture perfect, basically. It's everything situated how they want it to be, alright? So it says, Marines have claimed in a new report that they're being crushed by the Defense Department's COVID vaccine mandate, with the military branch declining to approve a single religious exemption application, alright. Several active duty Marines spoke to Fox News Wednesday and alleged that some of the corps best and brightest were being forced out due to the requirement, alright. Because why? They want everyone. It don't matter what form of skills you have, you're gonna be removed out of the spot, alright. And in this video, the gentleman, alright, basically said that, look, spoke of all the threats. Russia and China developing hypersonic missiles, different forms of problems in the world that the Marines could be utilizing, but they're worrying about a vaccine, alright? And, I mean, hey, that really shows you that in order for them to establish their agenda, they're willing to forego that. And why are they willing to forego that? 2 words. Boston Dynamics, man. All right. Boston Dynamics. Okay. Which I hope I'm saying it right. All right. There's one video. I'm not sure if I've uploaded it before. I'm pretty sure I did. It's in my favorites. But it shows you the all of basically the next level of the AI. All right. Not even AI. Well, AI actually is AI of them in field testing with live ammunition and basically not shooting, hostage situations where they could only shoot certain individuals, and if the hostage that they're trying to save's head is moved into the line of fire, they get moved out the way, but they don't shoot. They hold fire. So it shows you that they're making top of the line AI technology that's being field tested, and they're ready to go. All right, and let's not forget, over the years you've seen the dogs. The less intimidating forms of AI out on the streets, basically. But the big guns, they're holding out on that, but they've been showing it. That's if you got your eyes, your ear to the street. All right. So this is why this don't matter. This is more about setting a precedent, all right, amongst the people, letting it be known that, look, man, roll with us or get rolled over, all right? As it tells you in the word, man, all right, when you go deal with the story of Daniel, okay? Or even more so, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Mishael, and Hananiah, and Azrael, it's escaping me right now, but about them having to bow before the image of Nebuchadnezzar or Nebuchadnezzar, and basically they didn't do it and were cast into the furnace, all right, and saved by Yahushai. This is that same temptation that's being brought upon us in this time, right? Our temptation. But it's a great temptation, because the things that are going to be magnified in these last days is going to be all manner of evil. That all the things that happened in history before can't compare, man. All right. So let me continue reading this. One lieutenant colonel told the outlet the Pentagon was looking to discharge members as fast as they can and as brutally as they can, damaging every Marine as much as they can on the way out. Raw, man. All right. Remember, these are going to be, as I read on, you're going to see there's a point, because they could, take these guys out, send them back to the spiritual realm. But it seems what they want to do is they want to, make an example of them and throw the book at them. All right. But then these people will be back in population with all the skills that they have. But why would they not be too fussed about the AI tech? That's just me speaking as a man. That's my opinion. All right. Because they got a lot of information out there, videos and whatnot. All right. But, if they're willing to let them go, they must have something up their sleeve. All right. The officer claimed they were warned by a colonel, tread very carefully. This is political. All right. You will be crushed like an ant. All right. So this is all about their policy. All right. This is what it's about. The politics of the situation. All right. So this is Daniel's 8:25. So it says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, be in his mind. The Hebrew word there, I believe, if you look it up, would be lob, all right, which means your mind. And by peace shall destroy many, all right, the deception of peace, all right. 1 Thessalonians 5:3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right. So it says, and he shall magnify himself in heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. All right, and that shows you to what extent this man has pride. The Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come with thousands of heaven in UFOs. All right, what Esau calls UFOs or UAPs. Right, alien technology, but this man's still gonna fight, man. All right, that's how proud this man is. All right, and he even tells you that they're gonna be shook when they see it, but they're still gonna fight, man. All right, so this is what we're talking about. All right, but the Lord's gonna destroy him. So this is showing the magnitude of this man's policy, the policy. All right. Let me grab another scripture. Actually, I'll read on. So it says, let me read this quickly, actually. Revelations 13:11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb. All right, and this is the beast of this time. All right, and the two horns like a lamb. Speaking of the political parties, all right, the left and the right, being the right being the conservative, all right, or Republicans, and the left being the Democrats. All right. And he spake as a dragon, all right? And that's part of his policy that he's going to utilize this time. The draconian rulership, all right, which goes back to Rome. This is what this man's going to use to fully implement his power structure, all right? Salakia. So let me read on. So it says, and that's why it says spake as a dragon. It said, look, what did it say? It says, tread very carefully. This is political. You will be crushed like an ant. All right? That's that draconian rulership. What's a dragon known for? Apostle Gabar went into it and broke it down, man. A dragon's known for its cruel look and cruel intentions, or more shall I say, its shrewdness in dealing with any problems. All right. And that's the same way that Esau is going to utilize his power structure this time. All right. Do I want to continue serving in an institution that crushes people for bringing up reasonable points in defending their faith? They ask. A major with over 70 years of active service in the Marines called the Maxine Mandate an unconstitutional edict that is targeted as a political purge. All right. The louder I speak, the tighter the screws are turned against me, a master sergeant also alleged. So they ain't here having a bar of it. They don't want to hear none of it. Saying, this is it. You do this, or you ain't. Here's your walking papers. But on the way out, we're going to kick you. We ain't going to let you walk out. We're going to grab you by the scruff of the neck, pull you by the strap of the waist, and to get another fucking guy to kick you in your ass out the door. All right? They're going to make a big example out of you, as it said before. As of last week, 169 Marines had been discharged from service for refusing the vaccine. Members of the Corps had until November 28th to get at least one Novid vaccine dose, all right, unless they filed for an exemption. In late November, the Marine Corps reported that 5% of its 180,000 strong active duty force were unvaccinated at the deadline, a total of approximately 9,000. All right. As of December 23rd, 3,192 religious exemption requests have been made, and 3,080 have been processed and denied. Marine Corps spokesman Captain Ryan Bruce told the Post, while Marines are allowed to apply for such considerations, Bruce said that no religious accommodations have been approved for any other Maxine in the past 7 years. Alright, so they got a reason. Alright, they're saying no one in their mind, that's the establishing point, saying, look, as far as back, no one had the problem with the other one, so why you got a problem with this one? Alright? But this shit, well, all of this shit, alright, is demonic, man. Alright? But this is even more so, alright? When you see everything and the approach lining the people up, alright? Some Marines who spoke with Fox News claimed their religious exemption applications have been declined without consideration. 8 rejection letters proved to the outlet cited military readiness as the reason behind the denial. Others claim that some Marines have submitted up to 30 pages of material to back up their application, only to receive a generalized rejection. So they ain't even checking it out, man. Right? Because as the colonel or whatever he said before was what? He said this is political. On the religious side, this is an absolute travesty that's happening. A chief warrant officer said, people getting blanket denials, they're not addressing the individual concerns or beliefs of Marines who are submitting religious accommodations, and I think it's just horribly wrong. I honestly believe that they're not really reading the packages. Alright? It says the Marine Corps says that the requests are done on a case-by-case basis to ensure Marines receive due consideration. According to Bruce, the process includes evaluations from 3-member Religious Accommodation Review Board, health services, and legal experts. It says a provision in the recently enacted annual defense bill ensures the service members who refuse the vaccine receive either an honorable or general discharge. However, the Marines do not, who spoke to Fox, fear they will face a court-martial and claim Bruce denied Wednesday. If the sole basis for judicial action is refusal of Novid vaccine, that process will be handled administratively and will not raise the level of court-martial proceeding, the spokesperson said. The Marine Corps has always recognized the threats posed by Novid as a readiness issue, which is why we have consistently emphasized the importance of receiving a vaccine. Right? Bruce added, we are still ready to fight and win our nation's battles, should we be called. Alright? This shows you that the state is the religion. There's no religion but the state. But your religious belief should be in the beast. Alright? So let me read this. This is Revelations 13 and 14. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, right? The fire coming down, being the missiles, around all the technology, the firepower, right? But mainly the dropping the miracles from the sky, right? Bombs, which had power to do in the sight, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast that had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right? And this is where we're headed. We're heading to that place. Everything's being set up. Right? To that place where anyone that don't conform to that of the beast, all right, and it's been showing that the lead up to the implementation of the charagma is through the vaccinations, all right. So the vilification of the unvaccinated, all right, they're making them look like the bad guys and pointing the finger and say, you know, they got the lurgies, they're dirty, they're the cause for all this, all that's wrong in the world, all right. It's basically setting it up as to where they're inhumane, all right. What I mean, not inhumane. They're not people, all right. Their death is just like the death of an insurgent, all right. Who are they? They're faceless individuals that don't matter. They just need to be taken out of the way so we can get return to peace and living, all right. So that's it. So with that, man, I'll pray you edify to the next one. Say shalom, 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 shalom.